in Moscow. Let's get the latest now on the exodus of refugees pouring out of Ukraine as the Russian invasion continues. And our correspondent Kasia Madera is on the Polish border with Ukraine, where thousands of people have been fleeing from that Russian advance. Kasia, just bring us up to date.
Ben, I'm in Medyko, which is a little town right on the border between Poland and Ukraine, and all day people have been coming across that border. And when they finally arrive here, when we speak to predominantly it's the mothers and children that come through, they are exhausted. They've had such a difficult journey to get to the border, and then even at the border itself on the Ukraine side, there are hours and hours of waiting to be done because there's just such a huge amount of people that are trying to get through. We've been hearing estimates of people spending at least like 7 hours just trying to get the last 20 kilometres to the border and then to get across. So really difficult tales of people trying to get out. And of course, a lot of people are having to separate their families up. Once they get to the border, the men have to stay behind in Ukraine, and it's the women and children that go through. And that's exactly what happened to one mum who spoke to us with her toddler. This is Sophia and Matti. They told me about what happened to Dad.
My journey here was tough and challenging, but it's nothing in comparison of what our people do now. Our army, our husbands and our man and all the Ukraine. So it's nothing compared with them.
And look, Matti, he's a year and 4 months,
yeah.
And he's doing so well. And you know, we really appreciate you just spending the time to talk to us. Where's Dad?
He's back in Ukraine, and he's trying to be calm and help and do everything what he can.
And he's going to fight, I assume?
He's ready to go, but at the moment we need like special local organizations around our neighborhoods, in our cities, where we stop and prevent Russian soldiers from attacks from the sky.
Yeah. So Sophia and Matti, a little toddler who, let's face it, the last thing they wanted to be doing after such a long journey is to be speaking to a reporter, but they stopped and they talked to us, and you can hear the exhaustion in their voices. They now have the difficult task of then getting off to meet friends who will then take them into somewhere warm just to eat something as well. It's the stories that we hear time and time again of people coming across, and that's the issue here, because Poland is geared up for thousands of people to come across, but they're expecting a very large amount of people to come across.
And people like that young mother you just talked to, they must be so traumatised and terrified, emotionally drained, really. So how are they being looked after once they come across the border?
Well, I've got to say that the local community groups here have been absolutely incredible. They are geared up, loads of clothes, loads of shoes have been donated, pushchairs, so that if somebody's there with a child, or even if they've just got luggage that they want to carry across, there are pushchairs that have been donated. Medical facilities as well, free COVID tests are being offered, and a lot of people carrying cards saying we'll transport you for free too, and then adding a destination, whether it's onto Krakow or to other places in Poland, so that people have somewhere that they can go to. There's somebody who is offering up telephone cards so that people can get access to their family and friends back at home, because of course you've got to bear in mind these people have been travelling for a long time to get to this border, and once they're here it's just the next phase of what happens to them. But Poland is geared up, they're offering accommodation, and they're saying that Ukrainians are welcome. They're welcome to come here because they do understand that these people who want to flee, they have chosen to do so, and they're here now, and they will look after them, is what the Polish authorities are saying.
Kasia, thank you very much indeed. Kasia Madera there for us on the Poland-Ukraine border.